Hi, welcome to a special edition of Education Matters. This is a School Leader edition, which will be connected to our School Leader magazine. Today we'll be talking to John Bulina about his background and some of the issues facing school board members that he sees as president of New Jersey School Board Association. John, first, tell us a little bit about your own background, how many years you've been teaching, how many years you're on the board, and you were a teacher also.
Yes, I've been on my local board for 23 years. I taught technology education K-12 for 32 years. I coached soccer at high school, collegiate, and Olympic development levels for 34 years. And when I stepped aside from coaching at Burlington County College, they asked me if I would teach out there, so I'm a senior adjunct professor at Burlington County College now.
You've been on your board for 23 years, the Tabernacle Board, which is a small board in Burlington County. Why did you run for the board?
Well, I wound up getting on the board the way a lot of board members wind up becoming board members, and that's it. One of the people in the community spoke to me and said, we think you should be on the board and we think you can bring something to the process.
And 23 years later, here you are.
Here I am.
John, as I said before, Tabernacle is a small rural district, but are there things in common with all other board members in large districts, regional districts?
Yeah, I think that the more board members talk to each other, they find out the commonalities that exist. The things like core content standards, things like diminishing resources. How do we make these things happen? How do we get our students with a 21st century education in view of all the constraints that are placed upon us?
Schools can be opening shortly. What advice would you give to board members as, what should we be focusing in on in this coming fall or beyond?
I think the thing that most board members do is at the beginning of the year they're making sure that everything is up and functional, all the classrooms are ready, the teachers are hired, the books are there, everything's shiny. But I think that we also have to remember that 6 months from now we have to start working on a budget. We have to start being aware of what the finances are going to be in the state. We also have to be aware of what do we want to do educationally, because educational change doesn't happen overnight. You have to start thinking ahead of time. You have to start thinking 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, where do we want to be so we can provide that global education that we want to have for our students.
I know in the article coming out you're big on training, that board members need to do a lot of training. What resources can they take advantage of?
To become a good school board member, you have to be educated in terms of what's happening outside your district, because whatever happens outside your district impacts what happens in your district.
You stated your background. You taught for over 30 years. You're on your school board for 23 years. You're at Burlington County College as the instructor. You're also, for those who don't know, you love skiing, but even in skiing you're an instructor. You seem to have an interest or a passion. I know you don't like the word passion for education, but why do you feel that is?
You do it because it's part of you. If you do it because you say you have a passion, I question whether you really have the passion. If you really like something, it shows up in what you do. I think you do it more by example than anything else. One of the things that came up when I was in high school, one of my students asked me, well, why are you doing this? The things you're teaching us, you can make so much more money in industry. And I just looked at him and I said, somebody's got to teach you guys something. Because education is the one profession that affects every other profession in the world. So what we do as board members affects everything on every level that you can think about.
On that positive note, I think that brings us to an end of this program. If you want to get the complete article, please go to our School Leader online, and you will have the complete article about John's background and his vision for New Jersey School Board Association. Thank you.